Day when a searing tragedy struck in a place parents felt their children were safe. The worst grade school shooting in U.S. history, at least 27 dead, 20 children, 7 adults, including the principal.
I was incredibly nervous. I was afraid, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to work?
The community is really small, so it's smaller than it looked on TV. Once you started talking to people, really hearing their stories, it gave you a different perspective on the community.
Here, Newtown, Connecticut, just 27,000 people. This is a place where people know each other, families know each other. And what happened today is known by all.
The community went through such a horrible tragedy, and we wanted to make sure the community knew people were still thinking about them, because a lot of people were there right after the event, and as time goes on, people tend to forget.
Once we got there and started working, going to the events, you know, the library reading with the children, visiting the preschool, elderly folks home, I mean, people wanted to be with the dogs. They wanted to do something fun. They wanted to probably not think about that.
And it's not just about how many were lost, it's about the age. What is hitting everyone so hard is the reality of these being children that were targeted by a madman.
Bringing these fluffy, loving, happy dogs brought so many smiles to their faces. It made it so apparent that this community, they're all bonded together by something horrible. And so us coming in there and bringing something wonderful and fun and happy just kind of shows that you can bond the community together in a different way, a more positive way.
We went there to bring happiness and joy to the community, and the animals were the method for doing that. The healing power of animals is so incredible. It's just something that you don't always think about, but they're there and they can support and help you in ways when you don't even necessarily want to talk to someone.
Because they're just so loving and they love them unconditionally, and they just want to be next to them and be held and pet, and there's no expectations, just love. They just give you love.
Our hearts are broken for the parents of the survivors as well. For as blessed as they are to have their children home tonight, they know that their children's innocence has been torn away from them too early.
I almost think it was cathartic for them that we were there, and having the dogs really, I believe, made it easier for them to talk to us. For instance, the kids, when we were reading them the books, you would literally see them petting the dogs and talking to the therapist at the same time. So they didn't really, you know, it's like this cool connection that they had with the dogs.
They were all over those dogs, that just loving on them and talking to them, you know, telling them secrets, and just so happy.
It's totally different to see people's interactions and smiles when dogs come around, and then their ability to talk more about the things that went on. The community really opened up, and everybody had different stories to share. So when you're watching the news, you see one side of it, but when you're actually there and you're talking to these people, and they were super willing to share them with us, which was both incredibly heartbreaking, yet hopeful at the same time.
The memory that is imprinted in my mind, and I'll never forget. When we presented the dogs to the community, the therapists all came for a media event. Right as that was happening in front of Town Hall, 2 little girls and their mother were coming out of the front doors, and the little girls saw the dogs and, I mean, sprinted, just darted down those stairs and started hugging them and was asking questions, and you couldn't make it up. You know, you'd think it was a movie or something that we'd filmed, but as soon as that happened, I was like, the trip's worth it. This is why we're doing it.